Good morning, everyone. The festive period is just around the corner. This message is for those people that have small poultry or bigger poultry or whatever you have. This particular message is for them. So if you have a poultry and you're thinking about what you are going to do to make extra cash, you want to make more money. So what you can do is that you can set up a place like, what will I say it? In those days, you have what you call buka, that you use a low budget setup where you want people to sit down. You remember when you're traveling to Warri, to Benin, or you're traveling to other parts, those kind of places, you normally take pepper soup and drink or palm wine along the road. So that's kind of a place you can set it up inside your poultry around. That's that it's not where the chicken is living. You can set it in the same environment close to it, just raise it up and get it ready. You can arrange a place there if you have land, and that is why it's always good for any poultry to have a little bit of space, land. So if you have land, nice land, you can set up something there. Because of flies and other things, you can use nets, those mosquito white nets. It's kind of had a little bit of beauty to it. So you can set up place that people can sit down and come and eat and dine in there. So if you have a small poultry and you're just thinking about making extra cash, set something like that up at that same location where people can come and eat. So all you need to do is just buy food items. Make any type of food that you think you'll be making. If you want to make ukodo, if you want to make a pounded yam, anything that you think that you can make, just make it and start selling food, because now you have the chicken there. Then you can use that particular chicken or those farm items that you're doing to make delicious meal that people can come and consume. So all you need to do is just to set up a place in that same location. You can also create a garden where maybe if people that are coming with family, where their small kids can play, you can do a lot of things there, and you can set it up. If you have a Facebook page on your own personal account, it's not very easy having a page these days, because before you get followers, it becomes difficult. So you can use your own private Facebook account where you have friends and family members that are following you, and you can also tell them to share your videos when you're posting out videos related to your farm or your agricultural products that you're selling out. So what you do is that you start with the advertisement and start to telling people that this is what you're doing. You can start it as a weekend, because it's always good to just have it just weekend. Every day becomes really stressful. So just weekend or during any festive period. So you can set that up and invite people over that you're selling food, just weekend food, or during like Easter period like this, or during the Christmas period, inviting people to come over at a cheaper price. The reason why yours will be much cheaper, you don't need electricity, because electricity is one of the biggest problem in Nigeria when you're doing business, especially with restaurant business or even any business. Electricity problem is something else, because the money you use for gasoline every day or the money you use for diesel is a lot. So that can really dip into that your profit, and it can be bad. So, but when you have something like this, there's nothing like electricity, because you're just setting up something outside, something beautiful, be creative. It's not going to cost a lot of money. You can use some plantain leaves and a lot of things to kind of cover the top of what you're building and just make it a little bit cozy. So you can do that and have it there, and you invite people. Your food will be far, far cheaper, because now you don't have to, there's nothing like electricity problem. So that one is ruled out, and other expenses that is related to location, place, and all that is off. So then you just have the cost of the food that you're going to make, and you already have the product, the meat products to use for it. And that you can easily post out, that you can easily tell people that you're selling food this weekend or this festive period for a very cheaper amount of money. And I'm sure a lot of people will want to be there just to be in that settings and enjoy that meal for a cheaper price. And that will also boost up your farming business. It will help your business in a way that you never imagined. You can try something out, just put out an advert, talk to family and friends, that they should talk to other people, that every weekend this is what you do, you make food. But the important thing, you need to get the place ready. It needs to be neat. And like I said, because of flies and all, you can use nets, those kind of nets that prevent flies and everything. You can use it in that particular place that where you're going to arrange for people to sit down. And the important thing is that you need to have parking, because parking is really important. When people are going outside a little bit, the city, if you have your families a little bit outside, they are driving and they need place to park. So some of them that are not going to drive, but still, if a vehicle is bringing them, they still need a place to park. Because that is the problem of the city. Inside the city, parking is really challenging. So, but when you're having a place like this, a farm that also serves food on festive period and weekend, that is great. So that you can make a lot of money from just every weekend or during every festive period. So I think you should try it out if you have a farm or any other thing that is related. I once had a farm. I wish I still have it. I think this idea could have been the best idea so far, to set up something that we can make food every weekend and get the public to come for a cheaper amount, because a lot of families will be able to come over and enjoy themselves for a cheaper amount. There's nobody that doesn't like when prices are good. Everybody wants something that is more cheaper in order to save the cost of living, in order to reduce that, because the cost of living right now is really, really high, and we all are looking for how to adjust that. So that can be really nice. So if you have a farm, just think about it. You have a farm, you have space, and you have place to cook, and friends and family to help you share the news. All you need to do is almost a start. Set up something there, use nets to avoid flies, try to use some chemicals to also reduce the smell, and set up something, because there's a lot of farms that also have restaurants and are making money from it. All you need to do is that the environment is neat, there is things, your food is good, and your food is cheap. So before you know it, you'll be making something from there. Then you don't need to stress yourself whether you're selling chickens or you're not selling chickens, because you're going to be selling a lot of food every weekend or every festive period. So think about the idea. If you think it's good for you, if you think you want to give it a try, I think you should definitely give it a try and see if you can make a little bit of money from it. Because tourism is all about food, it's all about traveling, it's all about having it nice. And with this, you can be able to make some income without much. Maybe if you like cooking, it can also be something for you. So just think about it, leave a comment. If you have family members that are already into such agricultural products, you could share the advice and give them the news of maybe another thing they can do with your farm. So do leave a comment. Thanks. My name remains Elizabeth Eratie Mamo Hanisdal. Bye for now.